qualified the fastest with a 1:06.807. So what's the lap record here? Formula 2, 1:07.046. We're in lap record territory today. The wind is almost non-existent. We're ready for the start. The red lights go on, then go out. And it's Dale Finch there on the Scott structural machine there. Gets it off the line there. A whole lot of all fast bikes going there into turn 1. Toyota here for the 2020 Suzuki International Series. 8-lap journey here, 8 laps. We've got Zach Fuller there in 4th place on the 2009 Honda CBR 600. Man, this guy is outstanding. This kid is outstanding. Everyone that saw that pass where he battled with Avalon Biddle and then passed her in the flip-flop coming from that long straight at Taupo last weekend. Beautiful slow motion replay by Ctas. That guy had a lot of confidence to pass former national champion Avalon Biddle. This is the Super Sport 600 class at the Nationals. F2 here at the Suzuki International Series. I think they're running slicks here, but at the Nationals they're running road tyres and they have a tyre allocation. But Formula 2 a little bit freer, brings up some older bikes, competitive. It's a wee while since we've had Hondas there competitive. They do currently hold the lap record, but expect that to go. 1:07.046. Qualifying time 1:06.807 for Rogan Chandler on the Blue Crew Yamaha. Onto the front straight, it is the Scott structural machine there. The Big Bush farms, kids be careful when you Google Big Bush, you don't know what's going to come up there. Supported machine. It's great to have Jaden Scott and Stephanie supporting this guy. I mentioned last weekend I struggle with the word Scott structural, and he said, I hope he gives you plenty of practice. That's the confidence he has in his team. Unfortunately, Ashton Hughes out of action there, broke his elbow at Ruapuna about 8 weeks ago. Ashton floating around the pits, and he's out probably for the whole season because he's got to get his stuff to recover, his arm to recover. But Ashton Hughes is helping out with Dale Finch. Dale Finch on the 675 Triumph, the 3-cylinder 675. Indy Augusta and Triumph are allowed 675cc's, or any bike is if they're a 3-cylinder, and the other ones sit in at the 600. Here comes Rogan Chandler. He got the drive out of Higgins. He's hunting down Dale Finch. So Finch's bike is just a little bit faster at the beginning of that straight, but here comes Rogan Chandler there, pulls up side by side and out brakes into the big National Driver Training Centre corner, the new rebadged corner there, the big sweeper coming onto the front straight. The front straight is longer than the back straight here at Manfield, 3.03 kilometres the circuit is. The lap record 1:07.526. 1:07.526. The lap record is actually 1:07.046, so that's the time at the moment. Remember, it's only the first lap, so action aplenty. Here comes Dale Finch on the number 17 machine in 2nd place, pulling in Rogan Chandler. We go back to 3rd, and it is Zach Fuller on the number 80 machine, and then Toby Summers on the Mad Love Media Carl Cox sponsored machine. The Kawasaki hunted down by Avalon Biddle, and Dylan Telford there on the 20 bike. I think Dylan had 2 crashes on Friday. 2 crashes, had his own one and then got tangled up in someone else, but he's out and about on the number 20 machine, the TR20 machine, and behind him Jacob Stroud. That's good for Jacob Stroud. Jacob is carrying quite an injury from a few weeks ago at Taupo. Had a really terrible weekend last weekend, but now he's sitting midfield about 7th of 14 bikes. Michael Lee, big crash here yesterday. They took that at Riders Briefing about getting his motor vehicle back to Wellington and continuing the journey back to Dunedin, but it's good to see Michael Lee wandering around. He's going to be able to travel back with that van, and the important thing is we do get injuries, but it's good to see that his injury is not too severe and he's back at the track. That is what I like to see. Luca Durney out there on number 12, and he's Suzuki mounted in 8th spot. I think this is Richie Dibbins, last year's New Zealand Supersport Championship winning bike. We are in Formula 2 here with Rogan Chandler out in the front. Quickest lap 1:07.272, so we are hunting lap records. There's a little bit of a breeze now along the front straight, not really enough to, that's a big crash there in 2nd place for Dale Finch. He holds on to it, holds on to the handlebar, spins round, he's got the bike back up there, but that will be the yellow, great work for the yellow flags here. So the lead bike, Rogan Chandler, won't know he's missing. He'll have to put the hammer down. So we are hunting lap records here for the 2020 Suzuki International Series. Suzuki Marine Motorcycles and motor cars as well. Great to have Suzuki on board here, as well as all the other sponsors, including this Formula 2 Iponi Motor Oil there. They've got 2, 4, 6, 8. They only do motorcycle products. They've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 products out there, Iponi Oils, and they also sponsor Dan Metal. So Rogan Chandler goes into turn 1. His last lap, how close is it? Best time on 1:07.2 107.272. Last lap time, 107.274. So 2 thousandths of a second. How's that for perfection? How's that for absolute perfection?
Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Yes, indeed. We'll get it right this time. We'll get it right. Sorry, here was me putting my on, but cutting spider off because I was on that microphone last time. My apologies for that. We're loud, we're proud, we're getting excited. This is F2 at its brilliant best. And I tell you what, folks, when you've got an opportunity, you might be here at this event, but take an opportunity to look at the great coverage from Ctas. And for those of you out there on the World Wide Web, great to have you with us as we see the backdrop of Higgins, the team that built this fantastic place. Mighty Manfield way back in 1972. And here we are, of course, many years on, and World Superbikes and Castrol 6 hours and other great car racing events, of course. Dan Higgins Trophy, New Zealand Grand Prix gone from here, but I'm sure that's only temporary. It'll be back, don't worry about that. So great to watch. There it is, the shot on Av as she goes past, and we head it down. Look at this coverage. These mobile cameras are brilliant. To watch the split timing, all done here by a small team from Ctas. Joseph and Grant, a shout out to them and the great work they do. And watch out, of course, this will all be up on the air with everybody to view post the event, and it's a good opportunity to go back and have a look at racing from your own class and just see where you were. And of course, for some of the riders, they don't have a clue what goes on either at the front or the back if they're at the opposite end of that. And it's a real opportunity to replay the results. And for those that have maybe had a bit of a misdemeanor in that last class, when we had at least 5 offs and 2 other DNFs, 7 riders that didn't finish the race, unheard of. And you can already see, of course, there's a bike parked up. National Driver Training Centre. And for those of you here at Manfield today, you'll see the new building just out at the front of the back straight. That's National Driver Training Centre. That's become a big part of Manfield. After all, they've got to live 7 days a week. It's not just about people coming here to race for the weekend. It's all on to make this place well utilised. Of course, for many years, the police have used it as their driver training centre as well. And they've had meetings up here, and you can always catch out the Monday. They've got it in the days when I was commuting and going to Wellington in a car. You'd always know it was driver training day because I used to come across about 9 cops in the other direction, and luckily they weren't worried about those of us going in the other direction because they were actually here to come to a job rather than doing a job they had on the highway. But that's another story. But here we are back with F2 racing and the iPone lubricants. Round Toyota we go, of course, right here in Mighty Manawatu 2, the home of Toyota New Zealand, and of course the Gazoo Racing, and where they've had these fantastic Toyota series over many good years, and where we've seen the champions. Great story to hear that SBG, the great Shane Van Gisbergen, is going to be back into the open wheelers and doing Toyota Racing Series for 2021, bringing it on. But back to our racing here at the moment, and keen to check it out. Look at that, we go to Rogan Chandler, the man out there with Zach Fuller and Avalon Biddle. But look at that from Rogan, he's bolted, absolutely bolted. Times might be close, but he's made the move early on. He did this at Taupo last weekend, had a cool ability to be able to set the pace early and go for it. And then he can, not quite cruise, it's an unfair word to use, but you get the idea. Once he's out the front, don't have to push it. You don't have to get a special prize for winning by a greater margin. As we look out to Zach Fuller, and he drifts out wide there out of Higgins and coming down the straight. Avs in behind there to get the slipstream and go up in the corner. Have to try and look for a little dab to get through. No, can't quite get there at the moment. Still this young gun Zach Fuller. And Av will be saying, hey, I've been racing in this class for a number of years. Where's this kid come from? And of course, he's come out of Jixers and going oh so well.
Okay, we've got the white flag there, and 108.439, so that's the quickest lap time by Rogan Chandler. He was 107.272, but his pit crew tells him he doesn't need to fire it up so much. So the lap record is out of question at the moment. A 6.327 second between first and second place. Last lap for Zach Fuller, 108.528 and 108.662. Avalon was coming on stronger. He was about 0.1, 0.2 of a second quicker about 2 laps ago. But it may be that she's settling for third place. You can see that battle coming out of the hairpin. The yellow MTF Finance Kawasaki ZXR 600 there in third place. The beautiful CBR 600, the 2009 model with Zach Fuller on there in front. So there's a gap there of probably 60 or 70 metres, and on our screen it's about 0.4 of a second. So I think that's going to settle for it. And it is number 82 goes down, tumbles there, gets up. Number 82 down on the infield, and that is Henry Goff there. He walks away. Here we got the checkered flag, comes out. What a shame Dale Finch has to watch this from afar. The number 15, Rogan Chandler, goes through there, and it will be Zach Fuller for second place there with MTF Finance sponsor Avalon Biddle, and then good effort for Dylan Telford on the Invi Augusta. And then we've got number 22, the Mad Love Media, Carl Cox Motorsport rider with Toby Summers. Luca Durning comes through on the Barracks sponsored number 21 machine. Looking back a little bit further, we're expecting Jacob Stroud. He's getting stronger and stronger all weekend. That is Jacob Stroud on the 19 machine carrying some injury. And then we have Hamish Fox on the 692 who got caught up in someone else's crash yesterday. He's A-OK. Luke Riley on 68 and Henry Goff out of action. We're looking at Jeff Crute on the Inferno Design number 99 machine. So that's 10 finishes of 14 starters, actually 13 starters, yes, but Taba Morgan never actually made the start line. He went out in the warm-up lap and pulled out. Dale Finch gets back on his bike and rides back to pits. He'll be a little bit disappointed on the Big Bush Farms Scott Structural Triumph 675 machine. Also supported by a number of other people. Where we got it, 17. Access Man, Aotea Electric, they're good cats all around New Zealand. Hughes Motors from Greymouth, Black's Fasteners, Big Bush Farm, Dino Works and Blair Print. Good to see him at Whanganui, and that was anyone that didn't see his incident last weekend where he come into turn one, was full 90 degrees to track, hit the dirt and was 180 degrees away from where he should have been pointing, right on turn one in the first lap there, and he didn't even drop it onto the ground. He dropped it part way, but it did not qualify as a crash, and he came through the field, and I think he finished about 5th spot, Neil Ritchie.
Yeah, it was indeed, and what a great recovery, man. We could not believe that. In fact, they even kicked up some dust. That's how much dirt he was kicking up on the inside. And, of course, coming from a speedway background, that was just impressive to see indeed. And in my words, Ivan Major had been proud of it. So there you have it. All right, the Suzuki Crash Recovery team here today. Tell you what, up busier than Downers on State Highway 1 at the moment. And I came through the desert road last night and working on a Saturday night. Unbelievable the work's going on, of course, now. There's so much work to do on our highways and there's limited time. There's more traffic, there's more volumes, there's more trucking, there's more freight. So working at night, a Saturday night, unbelievable. In fact, even Friday night, because the road from Taupo to Turangi was actually blocked due to road construction work. So mega work going on there. That's why I made that little statement, because they certainly are the boys at Downers we used to call them the Ministry of Works years ago, but now they're our contractors, Downers, Higgins and Fulton Hogan, who between them have the major highways of the country, doing a great job to uphold our roads, and people give them a hard time.
Here we go down in the pits with the iPhones Formula 2 here. 3rd position, Avalon Biddle, only female out there, internationally classed. What's the go with these boys? They finally pipped you, but great for picking up 3rd position.
Yeah, I've got to try a bit hard to put those boys in their place, I think. It was an awesome race, unfortunate for Dale, but yeah, I've got to say great riding to Rogan. His pace has been phenomenal all weekend, and I wish that I was doing 7s too, but I'm not, so it was a good battle with oh my God, I've got blank. It was Zach on the last, and then on the last lap he just sort of gapped me a bit. I think I just lost concentration. So yeah, we'll go out and give it all for race 2.
He was like holding pace with you all the way through. You were picking him up a little bit in the last corner, but he's got to be pretty happy. You're internationally classed, and he's just jumped up into the 600, so it's great to see some good talent coming through in the class.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool to see the young talent. There's some great kids coming through. They're awesome people and awesome riders, so really happy to see the sport in such good hands. I just got to say thanks to Johnny for coming and helping me this weekend. It's been awesome.
Congrats. Great to have Avalon there in 3rd. Special love seeing you up on the podium, mate. You're fresh to this class, fresh bike, fresh team. How are you enjoying it?
Oh, it's so much fun, eh? Just love being on the 600. The Team Reza put an awesome package under me, and yeah, I'm stoked to be a part of it, yeah. You
had an internationally classed female on the back here, and you managed to just stay strong and hang in there. You look real good out there.
Yeah, feeling really comfy and just putting in some solid laps, consistent, and yeah, feeling really good, so really stoked.
Congratulations there to number 2, Zach Fuller on Team Rees Honda. And first place, Rogan Chandler, mate. You've looked super sharp as soon as you turned up. That was pretty special. Dale got the start. You sat in there. How was that race for you?
It was good. I felt really comfortable straight at the get-go. We put a new YSS shock in yesterday, and it's just working amazing. And the bikes feel super comfy. So I knew I was sat behind Dale, and I figured I'd stay there for a bit and see if I could get in front and maybe pull. But yeah, once I saw that it went down, I kind of just managed it from there. But bike smooth, I feel great, and I'm really happy.
Congratulations, you got the points lead. You're just off the lap record, and nice to see you pip that, but your team's doing a great job as well with Yamaha.
Yeah, I mean, they do an awesome job. They keep me calm before I go out and get me in the right spot and, you know, make sure the bike's perfect. So I couldn't ask for a better team.
Congratulations to Team Yamaha. They're taking out the first one and the iPhone Formula 2 here at the Suzuki International Series.